wondering about how I'm going to decorate it, you know, and what considerations there are, what I'm thinking about when I'm looking at the pot. And very often, you know, I think it's good to put a band, a line on the top here, and where there's a natural break in the line is also another place where you can put a decoration. So spacing the lines, and then also to see what is the appropriate decoration for a pot, because sometimes it's very difficult to. You've got a pot thinking, racking your brain, you become too intellectual about it and try to figure out, or you try and be too clever, or then you end up over decorating it perhaps. So always I try to keep things as simple as I can. Maybe what we're going to do is...
ladle or anything?
No, I'm okay. What we're going to do is, I need a pouring jar.
A beaker. I got it.
Pouring,
Like that, like
another
that?
one like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can accomplish.
Okay, so let's just take this piece. First thing to do is to dust it well. And I do recommend all biscuitware you keep upside down while it's waiting to be biscuited in your studio, because then it doesn't collect dust.
So it doesn't what?
Collect dust
inside.
Otherwise, you'll find that dust goes inside it, and then so you keep it upside down. So give it a dusting over to start with. Make sure your glaze is well mixed, because it does settle out, glaze. And if you're going to dip a pot like that, make sure you've got enough depth to be able to dip it. There's different ways of dipping. Looking at this pot, probably what I'm going to do is one way one could do it is just to pour it in like this, go like this, pour it out, and then go straight in. I'm not going to do that in this case. I'm going to put it in and spin it. Okay? Let's go.
Do you mind if I go with this?
So down it goes, and then I'm going to spin it like that a couple of times, and then out.
So it wasn't totally submerged as you were spinning it?
No, it wasn't totally submerged as I was spinning it. Now, when you get to that point there, if you lift up your hand like that, if you've got any extra droplets, gravity will make them come down to the end of your finger, and then you can then just go like that.
There's some water across.
Huh?
Now, according to the biscuit and how hard it is or soft it is, it will take on more or less glaze. Towel. Thanks. So, well, it's dry quick, isn't it? Right, what we're going to do now is going to clean off the base here. I'm not telling you anything now that you didn't already know, I suspect. You all know about. And when you clean off the glaze off the foot, clean it back a good amount in case the glaze might have a tendency to run. Okay?
Raw clay is beautiful. That's right. Raw clay is beautiful.
Raw clay is beautiful, yeah. Okay, so there we have a piece. Now then, let's band it and decorate it. So again, tap centering, you see, comes into its own here, right? And I've noticed there's a little bit of glaze off there, so I'm just going to. I think it's quite absorbent.
How high do you guess?
How high? Not very high. I don't know. I don't use cones. I just eyeball it. I look down the chimney, and when it looks like it's got to about the right colour, I So now also, when using pigment with water, you need to get the thickness right. You don't want it too thick and claggy, neither do you want it too watery. So you have to you have to get to know it a bit, you know.
Is it okay if I move this bucket out of the way?
Sure. Yeah. So we're going to band a line on there. Now, if you had a different pigment, say a cobalt, we could do a cobalt line, but let's just keep it simple today. There.
That cobalt would be that mixture you were talking about?
Cobalt, 25% cobalt oxide, 25% iron oxide, 25% manganese dioxide, 25% dry crushed porcelain body. Recipe of my dad. Now, you could think about putting a second line further down here, because you may be thinking about, well, I want to allow a kind of a window, let's say call it a window of opportunity, from that line to another line where we're going to put some kind of decoration. So okay, and maybe sometimes you can double up there. Like that. So there is a piece. Let's just put that one there to one side for a moment.